Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Rishabh and this is my third day for SQL. So today in this video we are going to learn about the SQL order of execution. So we know how query is written, right? From it starts with select and ends with depending on what kind of query it is. Okay. So today we are going to actually see how this particular query or any particular query executes, okay, in the backend, and then how we get the result sets. Okay. So on the right hand side of my screen, as you can see, we have a couple of datas over here. This is nothing but the SQL order of execution. Okay. So first it starts with from, then the keyword comes join. Okay, after that where we filter the data, then it's group by and having it goes hand in hand. So you guys, like, if there is any interview or any kind of thought, if you have like in mind that what will come after group by, just remember that group by and having will go hand in hand. So after group by having, okay, then after that the select comes. Okay, final representation of data, you can say. Okay, and now after once you have the query, the sets, right, sets of records what you want to display. If there are any duplicates, you can do distinct on that. And then once you have all the unique values, then after that you can do the order by, and then the limit, like in MySQL it is limit, but in MS SQL Server we can use the top 10, top 1, like that, right? Top clause to filter out the record how much you want. Okay, so as of now we have two tables. One is table employee and the other one is table department. So as from the name of the table, you can see that we have here the details of all the employees, about its location and its a department ID. And then we have a table for department where we have the uh, department name along with the department ID. Okay, and we have created the same tables in our DB as well. Okay, so you can see we have the same data. Okay, all good. So we have 8 records in employee and 3 records in the department table. So it's same. Okay, now we'll start with the SQL order of execution. So as from this Excel, we can see the first one is from. So what you have to understand over here is that even though we write select, right, select star, I mean like select everything from, and then the table comes, right? So even though we write the select keyword first, you have to understand in the back end, the select is not the actual order of execution. It does not starts with the select. It actually starts with the from. So you try to understand in layman terms. We tell compiler that we have to pull the data, okay, from where? From some tables, right? So we have to mention that. Okay, so that's why first the compiler gets the table from where you want to get the data. Okay, so let me get that. So we want definitely from employee table. Okay, and then we want it from the department table. Okay, dpt. Okay, so that's the first keyword. Okay, right now if I run this, okay, we got the data uh, from employee and table, and we are just trying to print that or display it on our here. Okay, result set window. Now if you see, we have the data. We definitely have all the data, but this data is actually meaningless. Why so? Because we have everything in a doubled up, right? So as you can see, we have Rishabh Bangalore, it's an ID department. And then again we'll be having same thing, Rishabh Bangalore. Now it shows in it has another record which says it is in support as well, right? So this does not actually make sense, right? Because of the joins we are missing, right? So the next, right, the next execution goes on this particular keyword join. So here we can join on table. So join. Okay, I'll just give an alias for employee and department for D. Okay, join on. Okay, we can use some keyword over here. Okay, uh, so it is e dot what it is. So we have department ID right in the table. So So department ID, and then we have the dot department ID, right? Now if I run this, okay, now if I run this, now we got the 8 records, which what we had earlier, and this looks a little bit better, right? Better than the before one where we had like a number of rows and it had some redundant data, which does not make any sense. How a person can be in multiple domains, right? Now we have something meaningful. Here we can see that we have two department ID. One is from the employee table and another one is from the department table. So let's just make some changes to our select part so that we can have some meaningful. So we'll take everything from employee table till here. We'll skip this department ID from the department table and we'll just take the department name. Okay, it's not visible. Let me just put it down here. Okay, this looks better. Let me run this. Okay, cool. We are here now. Okay, so we understood first it is from, then it is join. Now after that we have where. So in the back end, first from, okay, then the join happens if there is join. Okay, after that if there is any filter, where will take place. Okay, so where I'll say that where employee in the employees table will take the location part where all the employee are from the Bangalore. Okay, now if I run this, so earlier, right now we have 8 records. Now we have 6 records. Okay, and everyone is from Bangalore. Cool. Okay, so this is how from join now where happens. Okay, and after that, if there is no other clause, right, like no group by, no having, no distinct order by, just think like that, we have this basic query where we have a from, then we have join, okay, and then we have the where condition. Okay, so just wanted to make you clear that where gets executed first and then only the select part comes into the picture. Just to make sense, okay, what I'll do, I'll give this an alias over here. Okay, before that, uh let's make it more understandable. What I'll go, I'll add one more condition where I'll say d dot department name. Okay, d dot department name is from, we'll take only the HR people right now. Okay, only the HR people. Okay, so now when I run this, definitely we got all the data, okay, related to employee data, or which are related to department name HR. Correct? Looks good. Now, so what happens? Uh, how can I prove that the department, sorry, the where clause gets executed first, then the select part? So what I will do, this department, right? This department, and I'll give an alias over there, and I'll say something like DP name. Okay, DPN, like department name. Okay, and what I'll do, I'll run this query again, and you'll see that this got changed, right? Now we have a column where DPN, nothing but department name is HR. Okay, it's a valid column as per the select query. We are able to see the data. What I'll do, I'll simply put this here. Okay, and I'll try to run this. Okay, our expectation was that it should uh, still show the same result set, but no, it's throwing an error saying that it's an invalid column name DPN. Why so? Because the moment, at this particular moment, right, when in the backend they have done the from part, they have took the table, they put a join on it. Okay, and after that they are trying to get the condition to filter out the desired result set. Okay, so this is fine, they had the valid column over here, but this one DPN, right, even though it was earlier valid where DPN was there, right, as an alias for the department name. But at this point, right, the select part has not been executed here, and in the where part we are trying to utilize this, and since the compiler does not know yet that there is nothing, and there is no column called as DPN, so that's why it says an invalid column. So from here you can understand that first where gets executed, then only the select part comes into the picture, right? So hope this is clear that the where gets executed first and then the select part. So if I query this again, this is okay. If I query this again, this looks good. Okay. Now here, let's remove this. Okay, we don't need this anymore. Okay. Now, what we'll do, we'll do the group by. So after this, the group by comes. Okay, we'll group by the department name. Okay, so we'll say group by the department name. Okay, and as I said, like this group by goes in and hand, hand in hand with the having. Okay, so I'll say having. Okay. Okay. No. Okay. So group by, right? So what I will do, I'll have the department name and then I'll do the count. Okay, count of e dot employee ID. Okay. So we'll see that how many employees are there in particular department. Cannot call methods on var char. Okay. Okay. This comma. Okay, this looks good. So we have got the department. So in the HR department, we have 3 people. In the IT department, 2. In the support, 1. As you can see it from here. So in the one is nothing but the IT department. So in the IT department, we have actually 3 people. But here we are filtering only for Bangalore location, right? So for Bangalore, we have only 2. That's cool. Then goes for the second department, that is the HR. Now, second is the support group. Okay. Okay. So where we can see that it has only 1 record. So cool. Support has 1, and the remaining are 3. So 1, 2, 3. We are not including it because this is from UP. This guy is from UP, so we are not including this our result set. Okay. And just let me give alias for it. Okay, looks good. Okay, cool. Now, so after group by is also done, after that we can do having. Okay, so having, we can simply say that we have to use this count by count employee ID which is greater than 1. Okay, so what will happen? So it will exclude this one and it will give only result set for this 2. And if I run this, we get this fine. So we use this because employee ID is still available, right? In the backend, the compiler knows that we have employee ID, and on top of it, they are just performing an operation that, okay, count it, and then if it is greater than 1, that's fine. Okay. Why we are not using the alias, which is total employee? We could have used the same thing where total employee is greater than 1. Why we didn't that? Why we didn't use that? Because the having clause get executed first and then the select. So during the select part, only this total employees comes into the picture. So just to again prove that, I'll replace this with the total employee keyword. Okay, and I'll run this. So you'll see this is saying that it's invalid column because the compiler still doesn't know what is this total employee, right? So this part is still needs to be executed. We'll go step back. We'll run this again. So you're back to square one where we left, right? So this seems, I hope this is uh, making you clear like how this execution goes. Okay, I'm trying my best to explain here so that because I've seen in other videos people are knowledge, they have abundant knowledge, and but somehow I felt that disconnect, that if there was something little bit more that could have explained it much better. So I'm trying to fill that gap in here, because all this information you'll get from other videos definitely, but I'm just trying to fill the gap where I feel that something is lacking. Okay, so hope this makes sense. So after having, we have select, so that's fine. There's nothing to see over here. It just basically displays your result set. Okay, then then the distinct comes into the picture. Currently we don't have any duplicate value, so I cannot show you that, but you understand that if there is any duplicate record, you can actually remove that. Okay, and after that you can do order by. Okay, so order by. So if I do order by over here, order by what, right? It's a great question, right? I can do order by d dot department id. Okay, I can do that. If I run this, so it should come first, right? No, hij. Okay, h will come first because h comes uh, early than the I, so it's fine, comes first. Okay, but if I say descending, uh, so it will go up and then HR will be at the second. Cool. Okay, right. So hope this makes sense. Just to prove the other point, right? The select go execute gets executed first and then the order by. So here earlier point where we are trying to use some alias name, okay, before the select was executed, we were always having this trouble saying that it's an invalid column, it's an invalid column. But now, as for our execution flow, right, SQL order of execution, select has already been executed. We are at the order by state. So we'll see whether this actually works or not. So at this point of time, it should not actually throw the any kind of error, right? So I'll run this and we'll see. Okay. Yeah. So it's an alias, so we don't need that d dot. So this works. So we can see that now we can use the alias because the select part is already been executed. We have this total employee on this stack so that order by can use it. Okay. And then the goes limit. So limit is actually in MySQL, and also we instead of limit we can use the top top one star or top one of this data, right? And then we'll get only one data, which is just IT2. So this is the whole SQL order of execution. I hope this was clear, and if I know there are many points where I fumbled, but I'm trying to learn over here, and at the same time I'm presenting. So hope that makes what while you watch it. See, I'm still fumbling. I don't know what to say. So hope you understand this. Thank you.